Okay, the difference between me and most YouTubers is I'm very much so connected to this occult community in very odd ways, but I'm on the other side of it. Meaning they will create a wedge anywhere. They'll create a divide and conquer anywhere. Right now, some of the main big divide and conquers are is the divide and conquer between social media and mainstream media, right? This thing has touched me personally, and I mean that family members have died over some of these rituals and things that have happened, and I know it for a fact. To reveal it to you would be giving up way too much of my private information. However, there's a few things I can tackle with you to show you that I'm being watched and targeted. Okay, so we have this Trump news about him drinking water at this presser or this speech, whatever he was doing, right? This seems extremely arbitrary. This seems ridiculous. Why is this even news? Why is Trump drinking water during a speech making news? You see, Trump is a funny guy. He mocks a lot of people who aren't insiders. Trump is an insider. He's a part of the fake news consortium or the mainstream media, right? He's in cahoots with all of them, right? And of course he is, right? And for him to even mock the alternative news community, it's just, it's humorous. And in my last video, I talked about Trump possibly going into a studio to do a recording of the pee grabbing audio, right? Pretty much pointing out it was phony, staged, right? Hoax, right? That Trump's in on the hoaxes, right? That he's very much so involved with that, which I know he is, right? Of course he is, right? So Trump drinking water during his speech, of course, is a mockery of nobody else but me. And why it's a mockery of me is because I do have a raspy voice, right? And at times, sometimes I do get a little throaty on these recordings. But again, that's not the point. That's a deflection, right? So what Trump is trying to do there is a couple of things. For one, he's mocking me, obviously, right? Saying that you could use a drink of water because when I go back and think about things, right? A long time ago, I was in the studio and somebody I was working with, an engineer I was working with, told me that I needed some water, right? But I was just trying to let him know, no, this is kind of my natural voice. I kind of have a raspy sounding voice, right? And again, you have to understand, why are they mocking me, right? We should understand this, but a lot of us don't. And the reason that they're mocking me is because they're deflecting from the points I'm bringing up, right? The points I'm bringing up about the Masons and other things. These things are very crazy, right? And not only that, it seems illegal. But again, they control the police. So try to tell the police about the Freemasons. Good luck with that. They're controlled by the Freemasons. So they would never expose them, right? So they have to deflect from the things I'm talking about here. So anything, none of that's important. What my voice sounds like, if I have an overabundance of energy or a lack of energy, none of that's important. If I'm stuttering or stammering over words, none of that's important. What's important is what I'm laying out when it's all said and done, right? What did I lay out? What are you not bringing up? And see, this is what I always tell truthers. This is what I always tell truthers to focus on. What are they not discussing? What are they not bringing up? That's the most important thing. What is the mainstream media not talking about? Right? What are they avoiding? See, this Trump drinking water thing is a deflection. And the reason it became news is because a lot of people, irregardless of the views, that YouTube shows have seen these videos, right? And these videos, there's a lot of powerful information in them. So of course people have to mock and deflect and point to my video game videos as if that has anything to do with what I'm doing here. Right? That's fun stuff. Right? Me cursing on a video game video is fun. Right? In life, you got to make room for fun. Right? A lot of you are very uptight. You got bills, you got shit to do. But you're also missing the point. Life is partly a fun thing, and you got to have fun. So when I'm playing my video games and I release my videos, that's a fun thing. In a weird way, I feel as though I'm showing people how to enjoy themselves. Get a hobby. Do something fun. Say something dirty. Have fun. Right? You're too uptight. And another thing I don't like that's going on in the mainstream media, and again, I don't even like to be split up from the mainstream media because I pay attention to the mainstream media. I don't want them to wedge any sort of divide and conquer between me being an alternative media person and the mainstream media, because I'm just not interested in any divides. I feel like we should all, if we're all working towards the truth, we should all be trying to get the same answers. Yeah, the one thing in the mainstream media that is bugging me is how people are trying to make jokes seem as if they are some sort of violent fuel for potential rapes, as if we're doing some sort of Minority Report scans on people who make jokes. Okay, first of all, jokes are not illegal. It seems as though time and time again, there are constant threats to free speech in this country. Now, rape is a bad thing. Rape is extremely bad. Rape is a crime, and any man who rapes needs to do the time for the crime. Any man who does any sort of sexual assault that is unwanted needs to do the time for the crime. But when we start equating free speech and jokes and rapes as causing one another, I think we're getting into a place that is tricky to navigate in. To me, free speech is legal. So long as you're not talking about killing someone, or it's legal and should always be legal, right? Including dirty jokes. Dirty jokes are some of the best jokes. Dirty jokes don't add to a rape culture because there's no such thing as rape culture. The only culture of rape is sexually raping women. So to say that jokes and free speech is an initiation to rape is sort of crazy and illogical and not lawful. And I think people have to be careful when they talk about stuff like that. And we have to be careful for pursuing people for their freedom of speech, which is something that a lot of us want to do because we see people saying things we don't like and we want to say, stop saying that, stop doing that. But we can't stop people from saying and doing things. Or at least saying things. We could stop people from doing illegal things, but saying things goes in line with freedom of speech. So I just thought people making that false equivalency with raunchy material causing or leading to a gateway into rape culture is just sort of silly.